Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Thank you guys very much for joining me today. You might notice that we have a card in the middle of the table instead of a deck. I gotta tell you, I was trying to fall asleep last night and I was given a vision of a sea turtle. And it would not leave my mind. I knew I had one in my animal totems deck, so I knew that this was a message I had to bring forward. So I hunted down this card first thing here before I got going because I felt like we needed to kind of start the read here. So I set the tone, set the energy, bring the message forward that I was being given as of last night. So the sea turtle in this deck represents protection. So it says, you are master of finding life's flow. Be in harmony with the rhythm and your path will unfold. Persevere and you will succeed. You have everything you need to be protected and happy. So I'll be honest with you guys, I don't know if this is a message for me, if this is a message for you, or if this is a message for all of us. But I am keeping this card and we're going to set it aside. And it's going to, like I said, it's kind of going to watch over us. It's going to be kind of like our protection. It's going to be setting the tone for our read. And I'll allow Spirit to then pick us some oracle cards, some tarot cards, kind of keep building around this. Because I want to know why I saw this sea turtle last night. I want to know why I was shown this. And when we see animals in nature, we're given visions or impressions, or we see certain things. They are signs and they are messages. So I want to know the message behind this. I am getting pulled to the empath oracle card. So we're going to start with this deck here and we'll see what comes forward and how many of these cards got to come out. Let's see what's going on. I want to build on this. What's going on? Experiencing the reality of change. I gotta tell you what I got told in here. Change never comes as fast as we think it should. It's like somebody had some sort of a plan in mind or an idea in mind of how something was going to change or how something was going to play out. When the reality is there's a lot of moving pieces when it comes to change and we don't have control over those. And so sometimes it can be frustrating. Sometimes it brings doubts forward in our mind that creep forward. Maybe what we're doing isn't going to work out, or maybe we should try this or try that. Sometimes it's just circumstance and time, and things take time, and there might be challenges that are coming forward, and nothing's by accident, guys. So if you're experiencing some sort of challenges, there's something in the challenge that you're supposed to learn. The sea turtle talked about perseverance. And we've had this come forward before in our reads with what the collective is working towards, whatever projects or goals the collective is working towards. Spirit is telling you guys over and over in lots of different reads to persevere in whatever this goal is that you're pursuing. Expressing artistic creativity. You are being encouraged to find your outlet, whatever that is. And this may be part of what you're pursuing. It may be an artistic goal. And that doesn't necessarily mean painting. This might be writing. This might be music. Whatever it is, if you hit a setback, man, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I know it's stressful as hell. Try not to let it stress you out and try to look beyond it and see what's the real challenge. What's the real challenge? Because there's a lesson for you to learn within that challenge that is going to help bring about some sort of learning, some sort of skill, and something that you can build on for the future. It's kind of like your Four of Wands. It's like your solid foundation. Every lesson that we learn, every skill that we gain, it adds to our solid foundation for moving forward. So there's a lesson behind everything. And this expressing artistic creativity, for some of you, this might be a stress outlet. When you're worried about how something else is going, instead of sitting and worrying about it, being able to find a way of sort of letting go and releasing. Meditating and reflecting. What did I just finish saying? If you're facing these challenges and you're stressing out, don't be afraid to take a step back and look at it differently. Okay, what's really going on here? What's my challenge? And what am I supposed to learn from this? Is my lesson perseverance, like the turtle is talking about? Is my lesson to have faith and to be adaptable? And to learn to roll with the flow of universe and life. Meditating, reflective. And sometimes for those of you who do artistic type things for sort of, it's like a deep talent that you have, I bet you, because I do draw and I am artistic. that you find it meditative and kind of like an emotional outlet too. So that's also meditating, and it sort of helps your mind to wander. It helps to give you time to sort of release certain things and to start reflecting, to see things in a new light. Like, I mean, look at the eagle in the top of the card. That's that higher point of view. That's that wisdom. They fly up above us and they can see what we can't because they're looking from a different perspective. It's like taking that step back, right? Stepping outside of ourselves, looking at the bigger picture, the grander picture. Why is this happening? Why are you being given this challenge? What's the message behind it? Releasing emotional weight at, like I was saying, artistic creativity, whatever your expression is, whether it's journaling, it's writing, it's painting, it's music, it's whatever it is, it does help to relieve some of the emotions. It does help to relieve some of the stress. It does help you to come back into balance, because the reality of change can be extremely stressful, right? We've all been through different kinds of changes in our lives. It brings lots of uncertainties. It brings things kind of being up in the air. And things, I mean, let's face it, they usually do not go as planned, right? You always have your plan in place. You're like, if we stick to the plan, everything will go fine. And something usually winds up going haywire. That's just kind of the way life goes. But it can be stressful as holy hell, guys. I know that. I get the same way. It can be absolutely stressful. So you do need outlets. You do need ways of meditating, of releasing the emotions, of expressing the emotions so that you don't bottle it up or it doesn't wind up overwhelming you in stress. So it's important to take that time for yourself. Confront inner demons. Interesting. And this may tie into some of the root of what you're stressing out about. And maybe why you're having some doubts or finding it hard to persevere or to go with the flow. Maybe there's some insecurities here. You know, we're wondering if we have what it takes to make it through. If you got what it takes to step up and to reach your goals. Everything in tarot, and I gotta tell you guys, I've been seeing this in my cards for months. So whatever you guys are going through, your guides are coming to my cards and saying, keep persevering. You absolutely have what it takes. You have the skills and intelligence and talent that's needed to obtain your goals. Do not give up because of roadblocks. Keep persevering. And I keep getting messages about lessons to be learned, lessons to be learned. So you do have lessons within these roadblocks. They're actually being brought to you for a specific reason to help you on your journey forward. I'm getting told to stop with these cards. And I'm getting pulled to another deck. So we're going to grab another deck here and we're going to see what comes forward with these guys here. Let's see what we got. Please. Manifestation. See? Trying to manifest. You are trying to manifest. But I'll tell you what I see in these cards too. I see a block. I keep feeling like this block, like this wall, like maybe you hit a wall or something. But there's something to be learned in it. There are some lessons. Like, it's almost like the universe is saying, stop. There's something here that you're missing. There's something you need to reflect on and find that aha moment for. A realization you need to come to that's going to help you to carry forward. It's like that's what the block is. Something that you don't see. Something that you don't see. And this might be like, it's like with this confronting demons, inner demons, this may be really honestly reflecting on yourself. Because a lot of times we look at ourselves through not the best filter. Okay, let's face it, guys. We all do it. Everybody does it. It's something I think everybody struggles with throughout their lives. That, am I smart enough? Am I talented enough? Am I strong enough? Can I achieve this? You know, we always have those doubts. And especially when we hit roadblocks, we have those doubts. This may be something you're supposed to confront. This might be the lesson here that's going to help to carry you through to manifesting what you're looking for. The universe is saying, stop. This is something you need to deal with now. You need to take a deeper look at yourself and look at everything that you've been through, all the knowledge you possess, all the talents you possess, all the skills you've gained over the years, and to recognize that you are capable of manifesting whatever it is that you're hoping to manifest, whatever it is that you're trying to bring into reality. You can do that. You can do that for yourself. Sanctuary. And again, sanctuary, I feel like this is this need to meditate. This is this need to reflect. But I'll tell you what I just got told by my guides. This also represents a need to step outside your little comfort zone or your little bubble too. Because that's part of your confronting your inner demons and experiencing the reality of change and dealing with the inner doubts. I don't know if you're kind of used to your bubble and sort of not really pushing for something, like when you get a lot of resistance, being like, okay, well, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Maybe I should switch gears. You're being told to stop whatever that cycle is that you've been doing and to start a new cycle. And part of that is confronting things. Part of that is looking within and recognizing that you're capable of persevering and pushing through and following a path for a lot longer here. Energy shift. See, that's exactly what I was feeling in Sanctuary. It's like, okay, it's time to shift now. It's time to start something new. It's time to start a new way of being. Energy shift. And redemption. That's really interesting with this redemption card. Because I feel like this speaks to something that you're trying to obtain, or this thing you're trying to manifest. I don't know if you've tried to manifest things in the past and they haven't quite come to fruition, or you haven't been able to obtain what you wanted and you found it frustrating over a long period of time. It's like, and I don't know if you're looking for that, or that's part of what you're looking for in this goal, is having that win for yourself, having that recognition, finding that success and succeeding at something. Like, that's really, really important. Because maybe you feel like this is something that maybe you haven't had before, or you don't feel like you've had. You've had wins. Okay, you have had some wins throughout your life. You're smart and you're capable. You've overcome challenges in your life already, because Spirit is telling me all of that just within these few cards. Spirit is telling me that you've already been through a lot in your life and you've achieved a lot, but you're not recognizing it. You're not recognizing how smart you are. You're not recognizing your wins. You're not recognizing how far that you've come, and you're not recognizing how capable you are. And this is part of the inner demons that you need to confront. Because these are things that are blocks for this manifestation. This is where your blocks are coming from. And it's like, I see so much focus. It's weird because I see so much focus on this that it becomes a block. That this thing actually becomes a block and stops you from manifesting what it is that you're looking for. This big success, this big win. It's like, I can't quite explain it. I'm going to grab a few cards. Like, I'm an empath, so I feel energies and I feel emotions through the cards. So I can feel this, but I'm having trouble putting it into words for you guys. And it's like, give me some more cards here, Spirit, and help me find the words. Shadow work. It is shadow work. This is something you're supposed to confront. This is something that Spirit has sort of brought to your attention. And I do feel like this is part of the reality of change. Remember when I said, like, everything happens for a reason. If you're brought a challenge, that challenge is supposed to teach you something. This is something that you're actually supposed to confront at this point in time. This is your time to deal with the inner demons, the shadow work, the doubts. This is your time to deal with it and shift your energy, because it's now blocking you from manifesting what you're wanting. Because I think you're focusing, that's what it is. I think you're focusing too much on the things that did not work out in the past. So experiencing this resistance sort of makes you go back to those things that didn't work out. And it's like bringing the focus back to the negative instead of, hey, okay, maybe it didn't work out, but what lesson did you learn and what skill did you gain while you were doing that thing? Because everything happens for a reason. Every situation that we get into is not by accident. Even if it doesn't take us to where we want it to take us, we're still supposed to be there, and there's still something we're supposed to gain from it. So you still gained from those things that you went through. Even though they may not have worked out the way that you hoped they would, there was still something to be gained, some sort of skill and some sort of lesson, some sort of intelligence. And so there's a need to look on that past in a different way. Instead of looking at it as like a failure or something that didn't work out, to look at it as, a lesson learned, as a skill gained, another brick for your solid foundation, for your Four of Wands, your solid foundation to build on. Rebirth. Rebirth is all about change too. It's about an energy shift. Releasing the emotional weight. It's time to shift and start looking at the world in a new way. To let go of things from the past. Trust. Interesting. I keep feeling like this card ties into the sea turtle for some reason. I can't quite explain it, but I keep feeling like it ties into the sea turtle, and I keep getting told the word animals. So I don't know if you've seen weird stuff with animals too. Okay, if you've seen animals lurking around or something's really stood out to you, I would do a bit of research to see what those animals mean, because that might be your totem at this moment in time, and it might be an energy or qualities that you need to adopt or recognize that you have and bring forward so that you can help persevere in this situation. This is something that you need to pay attention to. This is something I'm not getting a clear vision on, but I'm being tied to this, which means it applies differently to different people. So each of you are seeing different things or experiencing different things, and it's animals. It ties into animals because I keep getting told that. So whatever animal you've been seeing, you need to figure out what that animal represents. And that is your totem animal for this point in time. So it will be different for each and every one of you. Like I said, I saw that bloody sea turtle and it would not leave my mind last night as I was trying to sleep. So this may be for me. This may be for you guys. This may be for some of you guys. And for others, this animal, you might have a different totem animal. It's important to see what that's all about. I'm getting told to stop with these cards, guys. I got to tell you that. I'm getting told tarot. Okay, so what tarot cards are we going to deal with next? Actually, I'm getting told tokens. Okay, we're going to grab a few tokens. I kind of thought we'd just move straight to tarot, but no, I got told tokens instead. 1. Let's see, where are we? 2, 3. 3 tokens always works for us, so that's what we'll stick with here, guys. Strength. Strength came forward the other day too. It has a lion on it. Sometimes it represents that Leo energy. Strength. You have a lot of inner strength. I keep feeling like you don't recognize how strong you are, or you don't recognize the strength that you have within you. This does tie into things that you've experienced in the past, whatever those experiences are that need to start being looked at in a different way, that need to be tied to that energy shift. You need to recognize that those things that maybe didn't work out just gave you the strength and the skills that you need to take you to where you need to be. Maybe those other things were not what you needed to be doing. We have the Chariot. The Chariot is all about positive forward movement, perseverance. It can sometimes be a Cancer energy too, guys. But definitely, I keep feeling like that. Persevere, keep moving forward. It's time to make a positive shift too, right? Positive energy shift and start looking at the world in a different way, to break free of sort of this old way of looking at things. Because I do feel like it was a little bit safe, or it's comfortable, or it's what you're used to, which is what I keep feeling in this card, that we need to break away from that and really challenge that. And our last one is the Empress. You also need to trust your intuition too, because I do feel like you're someone who is intuitive, especially if you're seeing your totem animals. That tells me you're intuitive. But the Empress definitely represents that. She also represents personal growth, guys. So like I said, your guides have brought you to this point for a specific reason. They have brought this challenge to you at this time for a specific reason, because this is the time that you need to confront this so that you can shift and you can start a new chapter in your life. Nothing happens by accident. This is your Empress journey. So it involves some shadow work, it involves some healing, but it brings self-confidence and it brings personal growth. And the Empress does tie to abundance as well. So this is an Empress path for you, whether you're a woman or a man, doesn't matter. This is your Empress path that you're going through. And I felt that in a lot of our reads. So I do feel like a lot of the collective who comes here to Tarot Harmony to watch this is sharing this energy and is sharing this Empress path. And it might be unfolding in different ways for each of us. But I do feel like this is something a lot of people are experiencing. I'm getting pulled to a tarot deck now. So we are going to continue on with the tarot cards. So Spirit, can you please give me more clarification on this message for the collective? Ooh, who are you? Who are you? Page of Swords came flying out first. Page of Swords. I'm going to set you aside for a second. On the Wheel of the Year. Okay, I gotta tell you, usually a Page of Swords is somebody who you're dealing with. He's usually somebody rather immature, somebody who can be gossipy or seeking information. I gotta tell you what I'm being told, and I hope I don't hurt your feelings or offend you. I do feel like this is that side of you, that little voice that brings doubts forward. This is like that little voice that says you can't. Okay? That little voice is like this undermining little D-bag who tries to stop you from reaching your goals for whatever reason. This is part of your shadow work that needs to be confronted, because it's almost like Spirit's bringing it forward in the cards as like a figure. But this is not a person. This is something within you. And it sort of like manifests as sort of trying to undermine you reaching your goals. And part of that is that negative self-talk. Those words, those negative words, using them in a cutting way. I get a gross feeling off of him, but he's just something that needs to be confronted. He's just something that needs to be confronted. I also keep feeling like he's all smoke. Like he's all smoke. He just needs to dissipate. He needs to be gone. So this is part of something you have to confront and deal with. These inner voices that sort of tell you you can't, or that bring all the doubts forward, that look at the past in such a negative light, instead of looking at it in, well, holy crap, I survived that. And I'm stronger for it. And now I know this. And now I can do that. You know, instead of looking at it like that, he needs to go. He needs to go. He doesn't belong. He's taking up precious space. And he's causing negativity. Yet he needs to go. You got to get rid of that one. Wheel of the Year. Getting rid of him will help to turn your Wheel of Fortune, because he is becoming a block. He's what's blocking you right now. He's part of what the universe wants you to deal with, and Spirit wants you to deal with, to release, so that you can find that abundance. He's the healing part and the personal growth part of your Empress journey. The Ten of Swords. Yeah, that's so interesting, because the Ten of Swords, I know the Ten of Swords in this deck, it looks pretty dramatic. But the Ten of Swords is a disappointing ending, but one that benefits you in the long run. It's kind of like a blessing in disguise. And like I could feel from this redemption card, you've had a few situations in your past where you feel like things didn't work out. You didn't get where you were going, or you feel like maybe you failed at something. Like I keep feeling like it's built up. There's multiples from the past. But none of those were the path that you were supposed to take for a long period of time. They were just somewhere you were supposed to be, to learn a skill or to learn a lesson. I keep feeling there's this need to shift, like the meditating, reflecting. There's this need to shift and start reflecting on things and looking at them in a different way. The Page of Pentacles. I keep feeling kindness in this card. But I'll tell you this, I don't feel like this speaks to a friendship or another energy. This is speaking to you. This is speaking to you being kinder to yourself. And it starts with reflecting on the past in a different way. So instead of saying, I failed, I didn't do this, I didn't do that, being able to see that you just gained skills. You gain skills that you can now apply to whatever situation that you're in. You need to be kinder to yourself. That Five of Swords. Where do you sit, Five of Swords? And we got the Chariot a second time. So we might be dealing with a Cancerian energy or somebody who has Cancer in their chart. I keep feeling like this moves away from this. So this Five of Swords, this can be a selfish victory, a victory at the cost of others. It can speak to selfishness, lies, deceit. Is not a positive card. pretty well no matter how you spin it. It's not a very positive card to get. And I keep feeling like the Chariot is moving away from it. Like it's speaking to moving away from whatever this is. And this might be part of your Page of Swords and the words that you tell yourself. Okay? Because the things that you tell yourself, if you're having that negative self-talk, the I can't, or I'm not capable of doing it, I'm not talented enough, I'm not smart enough, those are lies. Those are absolutely lies. Spirit says it, the universe says it, it's coming to my tarot cards. Those are lies. You need to move away from that. It's time to move away from that way of thinking. And like I said, whatever happened in the past happened for a reason. And there is some sort of a benefit to it in some way, shape, or form, even if it's just a lesson to be learned so that you don't repeat it in the future. There's always a lesson. The King of Swords, now I gotta tell you this, King of Swords, he is intelligent. He's extremely intelligent. This is your energy. You're very smart, but I feel like there's truth, and I feel like there's an aha moment in this. This is also tied to what you're supposed to find in the energy you're supposed to find when you do your reflecting and when you do your meditating. And being able to find that truth for yourself. Like this King of Swords is not going to put up with garbage from the Page of Swords. So he's not going to put up with that negative self-talk. Make sure you reiterate the truth to yourself. You are smart. You are capable. You are talented. You can persevere. You can obtain your goals. Make sure you tell yourself that. If you feel this little Page of Swords energy creeping back towards you, you squash it with the King of Swords energy. And make sure you back yourself up and build yourself up. You don't need to be tearing yourself down, because spirit is after you. Like the universe is after you. It's all come to this point for a specific reason, because now is the time where you need to deal with this. The Knight of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles tells you to keep going. He's all about perseverance. Okay? He's slow and steady wins the race. He's a steady Eddie. He may move slower, but he always reaches the finish line. You are definitely being encouraged to keep persevering with whatever it is your goal is and whatever you're trying to obtain on your path. And I gotta tell you, if Spirit didn't think you were gonna get it, or if Spirit thought it was negative or harmful for you, Spirit would not encourage you to keep moving forward. Okay, so I take that as a pretty positive sign that Spirit's saying, hey, keep going. Persevere, get rid of these doubts, get rid of the negative self-talk. Shift your energy, shift the way that you look at the past. Step back and look at the lesson behind here, because it's something that's going to serve you well in the future. You are the magician. You have all the tools that you need to manifest what it is you would like. You are this magician. You don't realize you're the magician, though. You don't realize your own strength. Like the strength coin, you don't realize it. It's time to start realizing your power and coming into your power. You have everything that you need. Even the turtle says it. You have everything you need to be protected and happy. You have everything that you need. You possess all the tools to be able to manifest what it is you would like in life. I see so much happiness in this Page of Cups. I really do. I also feel like, I gotta tell you, and again, I don't want to cheese you guys off, but I gotta tell you the messages I get through in the cards, because that is why I'm here, and that is why I read the tarot cards. I almost feel like afraid to be happy. I don't know if it's like afraid of obtaining this goal or afraid of obtaining this dream. Or feeling like, oh no, there's something in here where it's like I'm afraid to take the cup that's being offered. But the cup, I know it represents happiness, and I know it represents abundance, and it represents reaching your goal and where it's at. And it's like we're afraid. I don't know if it's like afraid to dare to believe that you can obtain this thing, because if it doesn't work out, I'm going to be so disappointed because I'm going to have my heart set on it. So I'm afraid to take that cup. I'm afraid to believe. I'm afraid to accept that offering. I got to tell you though, guys, like I said, everything in the cards is encouraging you forward. It's encouraging you to take the cup. It's encouraging you to believe. It's like, dare to dream, dare to have that goal, dare to keep moving forward. You are being encouraged. The Lovers. So the Lovers can sometimes speak to a Gemini energy. A lot of times it speaks to relationships or yeah, I know. My guys won't let me finish that because they keep telling me what it's about. I get pulled back to Gemini, but not necessarily that someone has Gemini energy. I feel two sides in this card. Two sides. It's like that side that wants to be happy and that side that wants to have that self-confidence, and then that other side that's afraid of something not working out and sort of shuts it down. This is part of the shadow work that has to get done. I've never had this message come forward in these cards before, but like I said, I couldn't even explain the other meaning because Spirit wouldn't let me. They kept telling me, no, you need to say this is what it is. This is what it is. It's like those two sides. You need to allow yourself to be happy. Stop being torn in this way and stifling the one side with the darker one because of fear and because of doubt that it might not work out. And dare to believe and dare to dream and allow that brighter voice to come forward, like that King of Swords energy. Allow that truth to come forward. Live that truth. Believe that truth. You have the skills that you need. You are smart. I keep saying it again and again because Spirit keeps saying it. You are smart. You are capable. You can do what you need to do to be able to obtain your goal. The Five of Pentacles. And the Five of Pentacles can speak to going through a rough time financially. It can speak to going through a time of poor health. What I keep seeing here, and I really love this Five of Pentacles more than any other Five of Pentacles in the tarot decks that I have, because you can see how bare that tree looks and how cold it looks in the winter. And then you can see this little flower growing here. It speaks to me of resilience. It speaks to me of resilience. So you don't have to look at the world like this. You don't have to live like this with this cold, and it almost looks like, barren and death or hard done by. You can see resilience instead. Start looking at it in a new way. It's a time of conserving, right? Winter doesn't last forever. Change is always inevitable. And nothing is dead in the winter. It's just sleeping. Conserving its energy. It's almost like planning for the next stage, preparing for the next chapter of abundance. Well, it's time to use your winter moment wisely and start looking within and preparing yourself for a new cycle of abundance. And part of that is believing in the abundance and believing in your ability to obtain the abundance. So this card was sitting like this. So I'm taking it out of the deck because I want to see what it is. That's the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups wanted to come out for you. That's a beautiful card. That is new beginnings. I just feel like this big emotional aha moment and this overflowing of happiness and confidence and bright and light. And it's like, now I see. Now I can see. This is part of what you need to be going through. Like I said, this is why it's come to you now, at this moment in time. This is the moment that you are supposed to confront this. This is the moment you are supposed to deal with this. And this is the moment in time for you to be shifting this energy. And Spirit does not do anything by accident. So Spirit is bringing you all of this and this lesson. It does mean there is an Ace of Cups in your future. It does mean that there is something beautiful waiting for you in your future, but you need to prepare for it so that you can take advantage of it, you can build it, and you can grow it. This is another lesson. It's another lesson, it's another skill, it's another brick in your solid foundation to get you to where you want to go. Like I said, nothing's by accident, guys. Nothing is ever by accident. The Tower is transformation. It's like you had this way of always sort of looking at things. I get pulled back to that redemption card. You had this way of sort of looking at the past and looking at the world. And this energy shift is a transformation. It does kind of pull the rug out from under that. And that's what I was feeling in this Ace of Cups, this beautiful Ace of Cups, in this aha moment and this transformation and this looking at things in a new and a brighter and a more optimistic way. This is part of your transformation, like the Tower is talking about. The Tower isn't all doom and gloom, guys. It's transformation. Spirit, can you please give me some more for the collective? Oh, that one too. Okay. So we do have the Two of Swords here. Is that indecision? It's also that unable to see. Unable to see which path, or sometimes a truth. And it's like a crossroads. I just got told you're at a crossroads here. So Spirit is encouraging you down the Empress path. So it's like you got a crossroads here. You have the Empress path on one side, where you can find your enlightenment and you can ascend. You can find your personal growth and work towards abundance and happiness and self-confidence. And then you have the other path, and the other path is exactly what you've been doing. And so you know what results the other path is going to get you, right? It's going to get you more of the same. Spirit is saying it's time to take the blindfold off. It's time to start moving down your Empress path. It's where you're supposed to be. And the Ten of Cups is where it's going to get you, guys. The Ten of Cups is absolutely where it's going to get you. This is abundance in the home life. This doesn't just speak to, like money or getting married, having babies, things like this. Because everybody's Ten of Cups is different. In this card, the energy and the emotions that come forward are inner peace and accomplishment. Okay, that's what I'm being made to feel, and that's what I'm being told. Inner peace and accomplishment. That's your Ten of Cups. That's waiting for you down your Empress path. You know what? I almost see these figures are like beckoning you. It's like you're being beckoned down your Empress path. It's time to come. Dare to dream. Dare to believe. Accept the cup. It's okay to believe in a positive future for yourself. It's okay to believe in change. It's okay to hope. And it's okay to dream, because you are this magician, and it's time to wake up and realize that you're this magician and you have everything that you need to be able to work towards and accomplish your goals. Right? It's like this whole read is like what the bloody sea turtle said, right? You are master of finding the flow. You have the tools that you need. Be in harmony with the rhythm and your path will unfold. So be open to a new path. Be open to change. Be open to looking at things in a different light. Let go of the negative self-thoughts and the negative things that you're telling yourself. It's time to move forward like this Chariot card. Move away from that. Move away from the Five of Swords. If you feel that Page of Swords creeping back, get them with the King of Swords energy. Don't be afraid to cut them down. You don't need to hear negative things about yourself, and you sure as heck don't need to hear them from yourself. Don't allow that garbage to seep in. Persevere and you will succeed. Knight of Pentacles is right there. Slow and steady always wins the race. You're being encouraged to keep moving forward towards your goals. And you have everything you need to be protected and happy. This is a time of transformation for you. Spirit is trying to guide you on this time of transformation and to help show you the way, especially with whatever you've been seeing. Like I said, figure out why this is your totem. Whatever the animals are that you've been seeing, you've been dealing with, you've been dreaming of, having impressions of, whatever it is, find out what they represent, because they are your totems at this point in time. And take on that totem energy. There's a lesson to be learned within that totem energy. And I hope you guys post it. If this resonates with you, I would love to know what your totem animal is at this time. Like I said, I think mine's the sea turtle. Otherwise, I wouldn't have gotten shown a vision of it. So I would love to know what your animal totems are right now, guys. I would love to know what you're seeing and what you're dealing with. Because this is, like I said, like this is a journey. This is a path. And I keep feeling like you're being funneled in a direction. And that direction is towards your Ten of Cups. You're being beckoned by Spirit. You're being beckoned into where you're supposed to be and where you want to be. So there's lessons in everything here, guys. What a beautiful message to come forward for you guys from Spirit today. All right, best of luck, everyone.